Welcome back to Rasputin Gaming Presents. This is our ongoing Platinum Trophy playthrough for Elden Ring. And I wanted to try a little something here. You can see all the runes I have. I have over 1,000,000 runes. We've been grinding the dragon like I said, but before we do a level up, I wanted to show you where you can pick up an epic weapon that you might want to have available to you. We're going to get to a point where you can respec, but also at this point when you're going to gain a bunch of levels and you can assign points. You might want to design a build around, the weapon is called the Sword of Night and Flame. You can make a very OP build with it. That sword comes with the Comet of Azure spell attached to it. You still have to find the spell yourself to use, but having that weapon early on can make an OP build. It requires, let's go into here real quick, stats. So it requires a 12 strength, you can see we're at 13. Dex of 12, we're at 17. An intelligence of 24, we're at 19. And a faith of 24, and we're a long ways away, we're at 7. But there is a chance that you can respec, well, actually, as you progress the story and how, if you follow me along, we're going to get to a point you're going to kill a boss that will allow you to do a respec, and you might want to respec into that weapon because it can be pretty OP. So let's give it a try. We should have grabbed it earlier while we were at the Carian Manor, but I spaced it. Carian Manor upper level. Manor Gate is not what we want. Lower level is the one we want. Okay, now that we're here in Carian Manor, I just want to say that this is just a run through and you can grab this legendary item. It's also one of the legendary armaments you need for that particular trophy, which I'll be pointing out as well. I'll give you a checkoff sheet of the things you need to look at and find for certain legendary trophies. There's legendary armaments, legendary spells and incantations, legendary talisman, and you have to find all those. Um, so I'll set up a check sheet and I'll show it in this video probably later on, so that you can follow along and make sure you're checking off what you need. I suggest you just copy down. I'm sure you can get the list from many places, but I advise making a check sheet. Anyways, this is one of those, and you don't have to fight anything. We just have to make this run again. But instead of going straight to the far tower, we're going to make a left turn at the first tower. And then when we get to this tower right here, you're going to make another right turn to the next one, which is and it comes to a dead end. Then it's just a matter of jumping off the roof. So here we go. Start running. You'll have to avoid these guys that pop up on you. There's the first two. And just keep heading out this way. And then along this path. And you want to jump off this left corner, but we're going to grab an item real quick over here. Gotta let this great rune arc right here. Great nothing. And then this. Oops, I jumped a little early, but we made it. Right on the edge. The corner of the roof. And then you want to jump down to this one. And take the ladder down. You're not going over there. Just take this ladder. Booyah. And there's a chest right here. And there it is. Sword of Night and Flame. Legendary weapon. Legendary armament. Locked up. So good deal. There you go. We'll catch you in the additional video where we do some level ups with our 1,000,000 points. And if you want to make a build around having this weapon, Sword of Night and Flame, I advise it. It's a really nice weapon. Additionally, we do have, let's jump into inventory real quick. If you remember, we have the Carian Knight equipment. There's the greaves, the gauntlets, the Carian Knight armor, and the Carian Knight helm. So all that's going to put some heavy weight on. I haven't tested it yet, but you should still be under medium load by putting all this equipment on. We'll check it out in a later point. We're not going to equip stuff right. Well, maybe we should just go ahead and see where we wind up, eh? So you actually have to go into the equipment screen to do that. So it's still a medium load, and our damage negation goes way up, but the resistances change. So focus and vitality go down. Here, let's go to stats real quick. So you can see our poise is 26 now. It was like 7 before. I can switch it and you can show, but our equipment load is pretty heavy now, 35.9. And then our physical damages resistance went way up on the physical side and down some on magic, fire, lightning, and holy. But where you really feel it is in the resistances. So immunity, robustness is for bleed effects. You're pretty good against that. Immunity is against rot damage and poison, and that's down. Focus, we don't have to worry too much about. That's sleep. That went way down. And then vitality is against instant death, and that goes down some as well. So there you are. This is a setup if you want to use this armor. We can spin around, see what we look like now. Kind of a badass battle mage. Not really like a Eldritch Ninja, but there you go on what we look like. I'm going to cut this out here, and we'll do some more exploring and some other items. I'm going to tack on the next video after I log out here. It's getting late for me again. My gosh darn Kings lost in Game 6 to the Edmonton Oilers, which is not fun. So now we got to go to Game 7 in the hockey playoffs. And don't forget to friend and follow us on Twitch. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Anyways, you have to come and grab this sword anyways. It's one of the ones you need for the trophy. I'll show you the other ones we need to grab as well, along with the spells and talisman. We already have one of the talisman. Let's go to equipment. And that's this one right here, Radagon Sword Seal. That is a epic or a legendary talisman, and it's one of the ones we need for the trophy. All right, so you guys take care out there, and I will see you next time. Welcome back, everybody, to Rasputin Gaming Presents. This is our ongoing Platinum Trophy playthrough for Elden Ring. You can see we're in our Carian armor here, and the dragon is still alive. And we have just a touch over 1 million runes from farming his easy ass. I was going to say something else, but so now it's what are we going to do with all the levels we can build? So depending on where you want to go with this build, there's a lot of different things you can do with it. In our build as an Eldritch Ninja, which is some melee and some sorcery, we're going to want to continue to pump intelligence, and we're going to want to buff up dexterity just a small amount. We actually need one more hit on dexterity to be able to handle the Moonveil Katana. We need an 18 dex. But for most of the staffs we're going to be using, from our magic side, we're going to be pretty close. We need to get to 23 here fairly quickly, and then eventually We're going to switch away and start using Lusat's Glintstone Staff, which requires a 53 intelligence. So we can't quite get there yet, but we're going to work on it. And as long as we can keep our load, our equipment load, you see right there, medium load, in that zone, we will continue to use this armor because it's good against physical attacks. Unfortunately, we get pounded by them a little too often. As a non-Dark Souls person, I'm not great at dodging and things. So a little better hit right there. Also, we need magic defense and damage negation, which you can see in this setup is pretty good. Magic defense is 121 and negation is at about 13%. So we're pretty good. Fire is pretty high as well, which we need when we go to get our Moonveil Katana. So let's get busy with this build. And we're going to level up, so let's, well, I have to get out of this so we can rest. And we can level up. So you can see the base scores, and these scores, by the way, are non-buffed with Radagon's Sword Seal. If you remember, we had a 17 dexterity. So what you're pumping here is your base stats. It doesn't show you the stats with the increase from any of the equipment you're wearing. So to give you a better sense of what you're doing and where you're going, we already know that we need one more in dexterity because the Sword Seal gives us 5 in vigor, 5 endurance, 5 strength, 5 dexterity. So all those are higher. And by the way, Radagon's Sword Seal is something you have to pick up if you're getting the going for the Platinum Trophy like we are. It is one of the legendary talisman. So you might as well make the effort to get it. You're going to have to at some point anyways, and you can see it just makes this build a lot more flexible, getting us into the areas where we can do some physical damage with some weapons that we like. So let's boost this one. That allows us to get the Moonveil Katana. And let's get this one up to 20. The other thing we have to pay attention to is mind. Generally, if you remember from my stats below, or my stats video, below 20, we're getting a reasonable gain, but above 20, you can get a lot more gain in your mana pool. But you don't want to go a whole lot higher, 25, 30 tops. And then, so we're going to do, let me see. And for every one you put somewhere else, you should put 2 in intelligence as a base. So let's go that. We put 1 in dexterity, we'll put 2 here. Let's continue that on. 1 more in mind, and 2 up here. And another 1 in mind, and 2 more up here. And another 1 in mind. We're going to take mine to 20. There it goes, and 1, 2 right there. And then we want to add a little bit in vigor. If you remember, in my stats, we're getting 26 points, hit points in vigor for every point gained. We're not going to get up to the break points. So if you put 1 here, you can see we get the 20 points. We're not really high enough, so we put 1 there. And 2 more over here. Another 1 here. 2 more here. I'm going to get vigor up to 15. And you can see now we're just crossing the threshold for level 80. 1, 2, 1 more right here. 1, 2, and then I'm just going to trade off with mind and intelligence until we get to 25 here. Might not get there enough. It's going to be close. Just looking at what we're spending. 25. Alright, we're in pretty good shape here. Let's get some more in vigor at this point. And now we're at 53, so now we can use Lucett's staff as well, which is going to help us in this build. Another one here in vigor. 55. We're going to take vigor up to 20. So there you go. That's kind of where you want to be. We only have looks like we can get about 8 more levels maybe. So however you want to go roll with the mix here makes sense to me. So I'm going to alternate between these two and then keep putting in intelligence as we go. So a little more health, a little more intelligence, a little bit more mind, more intelligence, more health, and that's it. We're out of runes now. We made level 80. Confirmed. So those million experience points will get you to level 80 from level 10. And now we can kick butt all over the place. So there you go. There, so with all that said, let's go get a Moonveil Katana. What do you guys say? I think I have it marked already. I do not. Where is... Here he is. It's right here. So let's travel over to the Route View balcony and make that little short walk to beacon number 2 we put up. All right, here we are. Beacon number 2. Right around the back here. Make the jump. And ride around on this lower path. You can ride around on the higher one if you want. There should be the camp right there. And right over here is where we drop in. Oh, you know what I should have did? I didn't do. Because I should have made a hard save at that point. Back up there. And in here we need glintstone pebble. You can see we drop down, we pop out of stealth. So you just want to burn these guys with magic. There's 2 guys right here. Take down the first one, the second guy won't know you're there. And then you can punk him as well. Whoops, we hit the wall. Be ready with your katana. If it gets close, you hit the wall, whatever. Bolts don't matter. And you want to come to the left here. And then we want to drop down on ledges. There you go. So that you can go in this little opening right here. And grab the somber stone number 2. And then just go around the left and you'll just drop down as you walk along the wall edge there. And here's the site of grace. Now let's go ahead and touch that sucker. And we killed the 2 guys above us, so it doesn't really cost anything. I'm going to do a quick rest and then a manual save so that I can save the level up. I should have did that earlier, so apologies for not doing it. But if you guys are just watching this and haven't advanced this far yet, I would suggest after you do the level up, make the hard save so you can always come back to that point. And then when you get to certain other points, like after you get the Moonveil, maybe you want to make a hard save after that. Although every time you pick up something, you don't lose it anymore. But I don't want to lose the level ups and stuff. So I'm going to make a save. Don't forget to friend and follow us on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You guys be safe, and I'll be back in just 1 second after making a hard save. All right, everybody, we're back. I just made the hard save. And whoops, and here we are in the cave. I was looking for the beacon, but it looks like it's already out. Walk all slowly in here. It's close enough. Just pebble this dude. He is toast. You want to make sure you clear, that you clear the stairs, I was going to say, so you can hit the guy coming up the stairs. And then there's a guy with his back to you right here. Pump him twice. There's another guy right here. He's going to take 2 shots, so go ahead and fire both. Grab your golden rune. We're going to go down that way. That's where the Moonveil Katana is in a minute. And you want to take out this little land octopi thing. It only takes a single shot to take those guys down, by the way. Oh, red main surcoat. Nice. And you see these glowing spots? These are smithing stones. So go ahead and acquire with smithing stone number 4. So whenever you're in tunnels, you want to look for those. Generally, it'll say acquire materials, and sometimes you might be looking around and say, I don't see any, but it's because there's smithing stone stuck in the wall. And rest. A lot of the time, not every single time, but a lot of the time. There's one more farther back there. Alright, go over here and we'll grab all this stuff. And then there's a somber in the back, but you have that big ass land octopi thing you have to deal with. So if you switch to the rock sling, because you have some space here. And then we ran out of space. Oh, he hit me. Bastard. Thought we were back far enough. Alright, so we're back. We have to kill all those guys again. No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. We died. But don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. You can see even with this build we're making, if you aren't careful, you can get yourself killed. I knew that guy was there, and I still didn't manage him properly. Then he got too close. We actually did a decent job of surviving, by the way, because of the armor. Some more smithing stones. But it's, you just have to be careful and realize those guys are there. I should have told you guys he was there before going into the room. But he's going to drop down as soon as you enter in the room. Now he'll be there because we're already in the room. See, there he is. And the somber, hold on, let me switch. This, it's not let me focus on him. Come on now. There he goes. Now fire off your rock sling. Try to get a couple of those in. And then we can back up. Flask up. And you can pebble him to death. You see he's almost dead. I just don't want him to hit us. No reason to be risky. Guys are kind of a pain in the butt. Let me go into inventory real quick because we died, and click use our lantern so it lights up. And you can try and smack him down with your Uchi if you want. One more. Oh, that was it. The shot got him. One more little guy. He's done. We can go pick these up again. Fireflies. The smithing stones over here. And then the somber. Sombers are white. Somber smithing stones. Regular smithing stones are a yellow color in the wall. So let's start up high. We could go down low. But I want to deal with this guy. There's two guys right here. This guy should take 2 shots. These guys each should take 1. And then the miners, they don't pay attention to you unless you grab their stones. You can grab what they're mining, by the way. And then they'll aggro, but they won't aggro before that. So you go ahead and smack him down. Grab some cracked crystals. Fuck this guy. There's some regular smithing stones right here. Level 4. Generally you want to bust up the guard. 2 shots. This guy with 1. Whoops, this guy's in the wall. The wall's in the way. That'll be that. Flask up. Because there's one more guy sitting there in the background trying to hide. And that should be everybody now. And then you can grab all these cracked crystals. That's the blue ones. Some regular smithing stones, level 4. Roll through the debris. Gold pickle foulfoot. That's a nice pickup. Missed one of those. So we're definitely going to use that before the boss dies. And over here there's a couple of guys. 2 shots with your pebble. Then down below us there's a miner. You can usually take him for free, just like that. When you go down, there'll be another guy. He's to our left and underneath. He won't aggro instantly, so when you get down here, just back up to what is now our left. You can see him down there. Well, Grace Mimic is pretty decent. And he sounded the horn, but we killed everybody, so there's nobody else to come get us. And then no more stones. Right here is the boss, the magma worm, and our Moonveil Katana. Smithing stone level 4. Go ahead and grab that. Go through this door. There's a site of grace over here. Smithing stones. And site of grace. So we're going to rest so we get everything back before we deal with the boss. Okay, we got the site of grace. We're all rested up here. Let's go see about getting us a Moonveil Katana. I'm going to use the Lone Wolf Ashes because I find the 3 dogs, the 3 wolves, better harass the worm than using a higher DPS mobs, which are going to get busted down by him in his fire right away. And make sure you have your rock sling ready to go. Approach the door. Here we go. Summon your guys. Bastard. Always gets that. You got to be careful that first shot. Okay, and then you knock him down. That's the thing with gravity spells can do. One more. Flask up. There he goes. So we probably should have katana'd him a little bit, but without the Moonveil, I'm never as confident in it. And you get your dragon heart from the magma worm and the Moonveil Katana. Good job, everybody. Woo woo. And there you are. And you see why now I wear a little bit better armor, especially for the bosses, because you want to be able to survive those hits. My dogs died pretty quick, which was unfortunate. Yeah, it really was. Anyways, we got our Moonveil Katana. Hopefully you guys got yours on the first try just like I got mine. And then you can head out and to the right. I'm not going back to the beginning because I avoided taking that because that takes you up and out to where we're not going. We have a site of grace right here we can run to and rest at. Let me check on the level up. What do we need? We need another 25,000 runes. Okay. All right. Moonveil Katana done. Let's go. Actually, this guy over here, let's go to him. Above here. Master E.G. We want to go to this road to the manor side of grace so that we can upgrade our Moonveil. Alright, here we are. Here's the illusionary wall. We still haven't banged that sucker down yet. Don't need to. Master E.G.
Well, then I presume this all...
And you don't want to do this yet. We're not ready for this part of the story. So just strengthen armaments. Equipped. And if you go to melee, Right here is the Moonveil, so he can make it +1. See, we need one level 1, one level 2, one level 3, one level 4, one level 5, and we don't have a level 6 yet, but our Moonveil now is +5. We could jump ahead and grab some more 6 and 7. We have 8 and 9, by the way. We just don't have 6 and 7, so we can't upgrade it yet. And if you go back over here to equipped, if you wanted to boost up the Uchi Katana, you can see we can't. We still need 2 level 1 smithing stones. I have all the stones above that, but not some level 1s. But not that it matters. Ranged weapons, and no shield. So there we go. So that was a good use of 3,000. Oh my gosh, what am I saying? 3,000 runes. If you want to purchase, you can buy Somber Stones. You can buy unlimited 1s and 2s from him, by the way. Unlimited. Um, he only has 3 level 3s and 3 level 4s in total for your game. So you can only buy these from him a number of times. These two, 3 times each, and build up different weapons if you want. Yeah. Oh, you know what we should look at too? Strengthen armaments. Let me go here. Short sword. So right here we have the Sword of Night and Flame, by the way, which is really good in a intelligence faith build, which I am going to do for you guys later. You can see it requires a 24 faith to equip this item, but it has really good spell on it, the Comet Azure spell. Plus being a sword, you can melee with it, so this is good. I made a hard save, obviously, before we did all the big level up and spent our 1,000,000 points on a different USB. So when I run through this one, I will show you how to do Sword of Night and Flame build, an Intelligence Faith build, and kick ass with that one too if you want. Yeah, I can't do them in parallel because I didn't make a new tune. I didn't want to. I mean, you could do it, and I guess I could have done it. Spent 2-3 hours prepping up another character again. But there we go. So that's done. So now we can leave. We need to go into equipment. We can put the Moonveil in the first slot, and you can see we're heavy load now. So we need to unask some of this other stuff we have. So let me move this and let me go here and put it back in the number 1 slot. And then also we want to unequip these bolts because we're not going to use them. And then we need to go to somebody we can sell to. You can only buy from EG. And I don't think we've gotten glove warts to upgrade, so I don't really want to go back to the roundtable hub. Oh, we still need to, I'm going to leave this this marker right here to remind me we need to go there for a memory slot. But you can see all the different vendors. There's a nomadic merchant over there. There's stops over there. Stops. Not sure what it is. And then all the way back here, you got Santa Claus, Merchant Kale. So we're just going to go back there and deal with him. Here we go. All right, I always have to wait a minute for him to show up. There he is.
Wait. You're back.
So you can talk to him now about that.
Wonderful. He's boorish. Perhaps you don't need to see that no harm. We have a saying, lament not your solitude, but if anyone, that is our code, just the way we are.
So he's talking about other merchants, because you can kill the merchants in this game, grab their bell bearings, and drop them off in the round table hold, and their entire inventory of stuff will be there. That way you can have all the merchants in one spot if you want. Oh, we didn't use our gold pickle foulfoot on the boss. We'll use it on the next boss. My bad. Maybe we'll save it for Margit. All the crafting supplies. Bolstering materials. What do we have here? Glavewort 1. Ghost Glavewort. Strengthen ashes to +1. And with these ones we can strengthen renowned ashes. Those are the legendary summoning ashes, which we're going to be picking up in a little bit. But we need some more of those. We'll get some from the Weeping Peninsula is where we'll get those, and that's where we're going to be heading off to next. See, we don't have a lot of Ashes of War. You can't really put it on the weapons we're rocking. I could put Horsfrost, which is a pretty decent one. It got nerfed a couple of patches ago. It used to be OP, but we could put it on our Katana and probably help. So I'm going to sell some stuff here. I'm not going to sell that one. I'm going to sell the short sword. The bolts, because, whoops. All of them. Make sure you click the right trigger, R1. It adds 10 to the count, so you can just do it once. No shield, not selling the armament. So this is 10.4, 10.6. Better against holy. Yeah, it's better against the magic stuff, not quite as good. So we'll sell the Redmane Surcoat as well. And obviously, because this one's worth 500. And I don't think we have anything else. Definitely not selling that. We're still rocking a heavy load.
Goodbye for now.
So with that, that would be what they call fat rolling, and it's very difficult to roll. We don't have the strength to run with all the stuff we have equipped, so let's leave this first and let's start at the top and see. It'll still be heavy load. Still be heavy load. So we can't change any one thing and be out of heavy load. So you can change your surcoat, this bad boy right here, the Carian Knight armor. I'm gonna change these two. So it's your equipped items or determine your load. And there we are, kind of a cross between things. I want to leave as much armor on as we can to survive those hits. When we get punished by them. And now that we sold some stuff, let's head down to here, the Weeping Peninsula. So there are up here, there is a boss in here that will drop the skeletal ashes remain. These are pretty good because they regenerate themselves. They reconstitute or rebirth themselves when they die. As long as they don't get melee swiped or melee hit while they're coming back, just like how you have to hit them twice. So if you wanted to grab these ashes, they are a pretty good ash. And I don't know if we should go get them or not. It's pretty easy to get them to kill this boatman dude, especially now that we have the Moonveil Katana. We can just go in there and punish him. So let's do that instead of going to Weeping Peninsula, because maybe you'll want to use those instead. I know a lot of people like those, and I think a lot of ashes have their uses that make sense for you, depending on which they are and which circumstance you're in. You saw with the dragon, it would have been good to have the ashes there, the skeletal ashes, because they reconstitute and they keep him busy. And for later on when we're fighting Renala, for example, we're better off with the puppets, the marionette puppets, because they stay at range and they just pummel her with range. She's immune to pretty much all magic damage, so those guys can really help you a bunch in that fight, because they're just constant DPS. You don't need them to distract her because she sits in one spot. Side of Grace right here, and you can see the boatman in there. Boom. The Tibia Mariner. So we can bring out the ashes. And the wolf ashes are pretty good because he summons. And let's go get him. So the first hit, he's going to teleport away. Just know that's going to happen. And almost every single time it's over here to the left. So let's run over there. There he is. And here come the skellies. And when he rises up out of the water, you want to make sure you're rolling out of the way. Not a good idea to be standing in front of him like we are, but he teleported away. You can see my ashes weren't doing a whole lot, the wolfies, but they're getting their damage on now. They can occupy the skellies. So he should be teleported over here somewhere. There he is. That was a big Moonveil attack I did right there on him. Oh, he killed me. I tried to get too fancy with him. Shakaroolies. Okay, so he smacked us down, so let's go get busy with him again. He's not 100% resistant to magic, but he is fairly resistant to magic, so kind of want to stay off that stuff. We're going to try a big katana shot here. Oh, he got away before I got him with it. Alright, we'll pick up our runes. And he's going to be over here on the left. Let's go ahead and summon now. Come on, my wolfy buds. Let's go get this fool. Oh, he's not over here this time. There he is. And it's a lot of skeletons he's popped out. Alright, let's go get him. Yeah, this bastard. I don't know why none of my shots are hitting it. Get out of the way of this splashdown. Let's go find this guy. Well, there he is. He's staying on this side, which is good for us, I guess. Let's go to Carian Slicer. What am I doing? And there he goes. Now we got him. Good job, everybody. Let's get the drops. Deathroot and the Skeletal Militiaman Ashes. Perfect. Now we can mount up. We can collect all the rest of the stuff here in the swamp that we need to collect. And then we can hit a site of grace and save up all of our progress. There's a smithing stone right here. Grab these couple of things. Alright, maybe that is it. Oh, another one of those skulls for the golden runes. Make sure you get those whenever you see those. It's free runes just lying on the ground and you need them to help with. And there's enemies up there, so there's no point going up there. Let's go back over here. We'll hit the site of grace. Don't forget to friend follow us on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. Alright, and that's how you get the Tibia Mariner down. So I'm going to end this right here. You guys be safe, and we will catch you next time.